This video shows the Sheet Set Manager Renumber command found within the sync pack. This command allows you to quickly renumber sheets within a sheet set. To run the command, you can go to the Sync Pack 2 tab, the Tools panel, and click on the Sheet Set Manager Renumber. This will open up the Renumber Sheet Set command. Here we can select our sheet set to use. We can use the sheet property that will change, and then we can specify the starting number. If I want, I could then hit OK to run it, and in my sheet set, I can see that my numbering goes all the way down the list. There's some additional powerful tools in the Sheet Set Manager Renumber command that allows us to have more control on how the sheets are renumbered. Oftentimes, we'll want the MCS letter in front of it. To do this, it'll take the first letter of the subset, if I use an asterisk, and then I can add a dash, and then it'll add the starting number to it. And I'm going to change this starting number to 10. So now my number 1 should be C-1, C-2, C-3, C-4, C-5, and then A-1, or A-6, A-7, A-8, and A-9. So when I hit OK, I can see that it's been updated with the new values. But oftentimes, I want the renumbering to start at each subset. To do that, I can use the Restart Numbering at Subset command, and then set my starting number to 1, and then hit OK. And then I can see that the numbering starts at 1 and restarts for each subset. Sometimes we want a little more control for the numbering, and we can do that by using the subset starting numbering command. And we can do that by opening up the subset numbering. It'll ask you if you have an existing subset numbering file to use. In this case, I don't, so I'll say no. And that'll open up the settings or subset numbering command. If I make it a little bit bigger, I can see the column numbers. And then I'll have the subset names, my renumber checkbox, and then if I want to continue the numbering or have it restarting. And I can have a custom starting number listed here. Sometimes we get files from others that already have drawings that aren't from AutoCAD, and we may want to start that number at a different number. Sometimes we want to have flexibility, and maybe we don't want to use civil, and maybe we want to do S for site instead. And so I can include a custom prefix format here that'll override the first letter of the subset name. And then if I want to reuse this, I can just grab the SSN file and reuse it. And so now if I hit OK, I can see that instead of my civil using C, it now uses S. We can also populate the total sheets value. And we can also exclude no published sheets. So if it's set to not publish and we don't want it in our set, we can use this checkbox to skip over it. Down below here, we can set the total sheets value. Here are the standard sheet set manager values for a sheet set file. And then we have the custom, and that's denoted by the prefix of SCP-. And I'm going to put it in the total sheets. I can then hit OK, and it's going to go renumber those sheets. And if I right-click and go to Properties and scroll down, I can see that the total number of sheets is 20, and that matches the value shown on the last sheet in the sheet set. I can also rename the drawings and layouts at the same time. So I can use the checkboxes to rename it, and then I can set the name format that I want the file name to be. Here I can take the sheet number and then the layout name, or I can choose one of the different other formats. And then I can also rename the layouts based on these 3 formats. And then the rename sheet title, I can have it update based on the layout name, the drawing name, do the drawing name -layout, or do the full number, drawing name, and layout name. And then once I hit OK, and if there's more than one layout in the drawing, it'll ask us which one we want to name it based on. Sometimes there may be problems, such as the layout names being the same based on your settings. And here, if I get this renumber error, I'd want to double check those values. And here I can see that it populated the values with the new values for the layout names. And so this is how we can quickly use the SheetSet Manager renumber command found within the sync pack to simply renumber sheets, include a total sheets, or rename the drawing name and the layout.